Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday, the 7th day of July. The year is 2017, and if you can hear the sound of my voice, you are the revolution. I am Revolutionary Warrior number 1, General of the Save the World Army, Smokin' Joe McHale, and I would like to welcome you today 299 of Operation Save the World. We are live from beautiful Sydney, Australia, and this is the Save the World Army live daily news, smashing through the lies of the Illuminati, smashing through the lies of the New World Order, and smashing through the lies of the government who are escalating their attacks against humanity every single day. But even though they are escalating their attacks against us, my brothers and sisters, don't you dare be sour. Join the Save the World Army and feel the power. Yes, 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 I have the power. You have the power. We have the power. Humanity has the power. And we have to use that power, the power of love, to beat the Illuminati, to break the New World Order, to bring down the government, and to save the world from evil. Because we know that the only way to save humanity is to bring down the government that is enslaving us. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful July afternoon. Revolutionary Corporal 150, Mama Spike, good to see you. Revolutionary Sergeant number 7, Willis, good to see you, my brother. Geordie Vegan, good to see you, bro. He says, I love the start of these videos, bro. Ha, beard is on point. I appreciate that. Geordie Vegan, much love to you. Vegan power all the way. And Chris, thank you very much for joining us. Chris is Revolutionary Warrior 226, Future Builder. Willis says, woo! And Future Builder, much love to see all of you. It is up to us to bring down this evil system that is enslaving the human race. Our first piece of news today from activistpost.com, July 5, 2017. Police deploy water cannon against G20 protesters. By Jessica Corbett. German police deployed a water cannon and pepper spray to disperse around 500 protesters in Hamburg ahead of the G20 summit this weekend, where advocacy groups say global leaders will continue to support a flawed model for creating a more just world. Some activists gathered to march on a main street of the port city just before midnight on Tuesday, while hundreds had pitched tents along the Elbe River. Tuesday's events follow weekend demonstrations that brought at least 10,000 peaceful protesters to Hamburg streets and waterways. Tens of thousands more anti-globalization protesters are expected to flood Hamburg over the weekend as the summit kicks off. And Mama Spike says she saw this on Facebook. Friday, representatives of the world's largest 20 economies, 19 countries, and the European Union will meet in Hamburg for the 2-day summit hosted by German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Attendees will include US President Donald Trump, Russian President Vladimir Putin, and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. At least 30 groups have registered to demonstrate in Hamburg this week, organizing to challenge the G20's agenda and the policies touted by nationalists like Trump and Putin and the liberal European leaders alike. And I salute people who are peacefully protesting this sick, satanic slavery system all over the world. I tell you what, there is a feeling, there is a movement, there is a real revolution taking place all over the world. This isn't like anything you've seen on television or in a movie. This is real life right here. And people all over the world can see straight through the lies of this disgusting, decrepit, diabolical, demonic group that calls themselves the government. We can see straight through their lies, and we are bringing them down using peaceful means. And Caitlin Murdo, thank you for tuning in. And Revolutionary Corporal 366, Ghost Who Walks, good to see you, my brother. Willis said, her name brings chills down my back. Creepy Bankster. And Goes to Walk says, good afternoon, brother. Good afternoon to you, my brother. The model itself is broken, said Nick Dearden of Global Justice Now. This G20 has been hailed as a showdown between the responsible free trade leaders of Europe and the dangerous populist strongmen like Trump, Putin and Erdogan. But it's exactly because of these free market policies which have so badly undermined democracy and trust in political institutions that an extremist like Trump is now in the White House. We need a new model to undermine the racism and thuggery of Trump and his ilk, one that values human life before the profits of the super rich. The only way for us to be free is to get rid of this government system, because this government system is like a pack of leeches. They are a pack of pestiferous, puerile, Procrustean parasites, to say the least. They have attached themselves to the beauty, to the joy that is humanity, and they are sucking the life out of us, but I will not allow them to continue. I know you will not allow it either. And Ghost Who Walks Revolutionary Corporal 366 is in the house. And Caitlin says, yo, I just realized it's not 11:26 p.m. there for you. No, it's 1:27 p.m. right here. We need to reset. Exactly right. I just want to be free. I don't want to control anyone. I don't want to replace this government system with some other kind of government system. I'm an anarchist. I want no masters, no rulers, no government. I just want to be free. I just want you to be free. I just want all of the people all over the world who are being abused and violated and poisoned and raped and murdered by this system. I want everybody to be free from these demons. Germany will have up to 20,000 police officers on duty during the summit, utilizing technology that includes a fleet of water cannons and underwater and aerial drones. You need to be certain that you will see all of the equipment that German police have here in Hamburg, the city's police security team leader told the AP. Photos and videos of people using Huawei 10 water cannons on demonstrations Tuesday night have circulated social media. And of course, that's what the government does every single day. They use violence against us peaceful protesters. Hamburg Police Chief Ralph Martin Myers expressed concerns about violence to The Guardian. There is evidence that the acts of violence around the G20 summit that we had expected and feared will take place. German officials have specifically targeted their concerns at the anarchist Welcome to Hell demonstration. However, so far the protests have been peaceful. Even so, German officials have set up a 38 square kilometre no protest zone around the airport where foreign leaders will arrive at the convention centre and the summit will take place, getting people used to this police state everywhere you go, getting searched, getting violated. That's what they want you to do. They want you to shut up. They want you to lie down. They want you to bend over. But I'm never going to shut up. I'm never going to lie down. I'm never going to bend over for these cruel, callous criminals. I am here using peaceful methods, along with my revolutionary warrior brothers and sisters, to beat the Illuminati, break the New World Order, bring down the world government, and save the world from evil. Alyssa Kosh, thank you for joining us. And BlueDat77, thank you for tuning in as well. Many groups planning actions for this week, including Greenpeace, have opposed this decision and even emphasized the importance of peaceful demonstrations. Of course, the power of peace will prevail, the power of truth will triumph, and the power of love will lead us to victory, my brothers and sisters. Greenpeace International Executive Director Jennifer Morgan told AP, "We're looking for the G20, and if that's not possible, then the G19 to go forward with the implementing the Paris Agreement." I definitely don't agree with that. And I don't agree with Greenpeace on almost everything they do. And maybe even doing more. Adding Greenpeace stands for non-violent direct action. We have peace in That's funny, sorry. We have peace in our name. And it would be a shame if violence moved the message away from the G20 should be doing on climate and other issues. And of course, even people who speak the truth a little bit. Greenpeace is saying we shouldn't be controlled by the G20, but what are they saying? They're saying they want more restrictive laws and controls for the climate change hoax. It's truly ridiculous. Going to have some fluoride-free water. Cheers to victory, my brothers and sisters. Caitlin says, OMG, that picture you posted, you should shave again. Haven't shaved in a long time. I need the beard now for jiu-jitsu. It's actually very good choke defense to have a nice, big, beautiful beard. And Johanna, thank you very much for joining us as well. Our next article, and of course, they talk all the time about how they want to control people's minds. They do it all the time through the media, but they want to control it even more directly. From naturalnews.com, mad scientists can erase memories from a snail's brain. Are Humans Next? July 3, 2017 by Tim Wesley. It is something that looked like it was taken straight out of a movie scene. Scientists successfully erasing memories from the brain. The only difference is we're talking about a snail's brain here. But there is an eerie possibility that this could soon happen to humans as well. And I'm sure many of you, like me, know many humans who have snail brains both in size and speed. A new study conducted at the Columbia University Medical Center strongly suggests that it is possible to erase specific memories in the brain. They were able to wipe out specific memories of snails, and they think that it is highly possible that a certain drug could be developed for humans. Of course, it's easy to get rid of memories, just cause brain damage. And Future Builder says, Men in Black, yes. All right, when I flash this device, you will forget about all of the deadly chemtrails and vaccines and GMOs and wars. Boom. And people forget. And I can't recognize those emoticons, Mama Spike. But Mama Spike. It is Mama Spike, yes. But thank you all for joining me regardless. Samuel Shacker, study co-author and professor of neuroscience in the school's psychiatry department, wrote in an email as reported in motherboard.vice.com, "We were able to reverse long-term changes in synaptic strength as synapses known to contribute to different forms of memories. Synapses are tubes that allow neurons to pass signals to each other. These synapses are responsible for moderating long-term memories. The strength of these synapses will affect the brain's ability to maintain the memory. By blocking certain molecules that are associated with the enzyme protein kinase M, or PKM, the scientists were able to successfully wipe out certain memories. As reported in the journal Current Biology, scientists were able to erase specific memories by blocking different molecules associated with PKM. Knowing which of these molecules to block will provide scientists with the power to decide which memory to erase." This might sound scary, but scientists have a legitimate reason to justify this experiment. Their goal is to provide anxiety relief for those who are suffering post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. When you can erase specific memories, in this case, traumatic experience, these people would be able to live and function more comfortably. Sure. So, have you fought for the New World Order, Illuminati, in one of their fake wars based on false flags? Have you experienced some trauma in your life? Has your girlfriend dumped you? Just come into Uncle Jim's memory deletion center and we can hook you right up. Get rid of those bad memories. We'll just destroy the parts of your brain that were holding those memories. There may be some side effects, but hey, what do you care? Mama Spike says, you don't learn if you forget. Excellent point. Excellent point. Human experience is about making mistakes and learning from your mistakes. I remember when I was young, my old man gave me some excellent advice. He said, everyone makes mistakes, but a real man learns from his mistakes. And Mama Spike says she's calling BS. Total recall. Exactly. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, PTSD sufferers need not be victims of dangerous events like war. So let's not worry about stopping the war. Just get all these mindless, moronic, mental midgets to go fight these fake wars and then fry their brains so they can't remember. People who have gone through the death of a loved one can also suffer from PTSD. Other risk factors that can make someone more likely to develop PTSD include getting hurt. Oh my goodness. Childhood trauma, feeling extreme fear, having little or no social support. So you got no friends? Don't take up any hobbies. Just boom, delete your memory. This is absolute madness. More of the complete mind control that the Illuminati scumbags are perpetrating on the human race. And BlueDat77 says, awesomeness. So good to see you again, Joe. Revolutionary Warrior number 11. And Neo, it's so good to see you, brother. I don't think I even have your Instagram handle. No, I do not. I'm going to put that in right now. At BLUDAT77. Excellent. Good to see you, my brother. Ghost Who Walks says, the best method of treating mental health issues is not a pill, but cannabis. You hit the nail right on the head, Ghost Who Walks. He says cannabis will save the world. You are correct. We know that cannabis cures cancer. We know that marijuana is the miracle medicine that manages a myriad of maladies. That's why we must set it free. And Future Builder said, this is crazy stuff. You are right about that, bro. And Ghost Who Walks says, cannabis will heal all of our health issues. You are correct once again. So here we go. Having little or no social support, dealing with extra stress, and a history of mental illness or substance abuse, 7 or 8 out of 100 people are bound to suffer from PTSD, according to the National Center for PTSD. PTSD sufferers can be triggered by both associative and non-associative memories. Shaka provides an example. If you are walking in a high crime area and you take a shortcut through a dark alley and get mugged, and then you happen to see a mailbox nearby, you might get really nervous when you want to mail something later on. The associative memory, one that's directly connected to the event, is fear of dark alleys, while the non-associative one, not connected to the actual event, would be being triggered after seeing the mailbox. Shaka further added, one focus of our current research is to develop strategies to eliminate problematic non-associative memories that may have become stamped on the brain during a traumatic experience without harming associative memories, which can help people make informed decisions in the future, like not taking shortcuts through dark alleys in high crime areas. I'll tell you what, let me tell you a story. You might know this story already. When I was 18, I don't know if you could see this scar, I used to deliver pizza one night. Guy pulled a gun on me delivering pizza. Let me tell the story. So it's Saturday night around midnight. I go to do the last delivery of the night here in Marylands. I pull up in the out the front of the block of apartments, left the car running because there was an issue with the starter motor, went up, knocked on the door. This woman said, from without opening the door, you know, what do you want? I said, I got your pizza here. She said, we didn't order a pizza. I said, all right, whatever. Went downstairs, go to open the car door, hear something behind me, turn around, guy comes out of the bushes with a balaclava, points a gun at me, says, give me your money, drop your bum bag, I'm going to kill you. So I had like $20 in change on me, but I said, bring it on. And so he pulls a knife out, starts running at me with the gun in this hand, the knife in this hand, swinging haymakers. We go, we fight, we're underneath the block of apartments. I got him up by his wrists, because he's smaller than me, up against the wall, kneeing him in the balls. This guy's like, please, 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 let me go. Tell him to shut up, kneeing him in the balls still. This guy must have been a Muslim. He said to me, please let me go, man. I swear on the Quran, I'm going to run away. So I push him away, and he's like a couple of meters away from me. Holds a knife. He's like, I need that money, man. I said, you better get out of here. He said, I'm taking your car then. So he runs after the car. He opens the door. I chase after him, and he just runs away. Ooh, traumatic experience. Am I scared of delivering pizza now? Am I scared of pizza now? Am I scared of, being out late at night? No. Because what I learned from that is you should never back down. And you should never be scared. And I don't think of anything that can epitomize being scared and backing down from reality more than having your memories erased. That night, that was one of the best things that ever happened to me. What is it, like 15 years ago? Because I stood my ground. and all these guys want to act tough all over the place. But I knew, guy pulled a gun on me, and the gun was loaded. Cops later told me when he hit me in the face, like the cops found the magazine clip where we were fighting. And I didn't back down. And because of that, I have no fear throughout the rest of my life. And that's, set me on this path to bringing down this evil system. Because they are pointing a whole bunch of loaded weapons at us, and they are pulling the trigger in many cases, but we can't back down. And because we're not backing down, we will be victorious, my brothers and sisters. Mama Spike said, they're going to try to GMO the hell out of pot. 30 years from now, it might not be worth smoking anymore. You're exactly right. I want the sticky, icky. And Ghost Who Walks says, wait till you got a gun in your face, not once but 3 times in life. I salute your courage as well, Ghost Who Walks. And Revolutionary Warrior, Revolutionary Corporal 99, Warrior of God, great to see you. Thank you very much for tuning in. This scientific breakthrough is impressive. The ability to wipe out memories used to be possible only in movies, but now it's closer to reality and has the potential to be used in helping people live more peacefully. But there's one obvious question. Will erasing memories mean erasing ourselves in the process? Surely there'd be concerns about the ethics of manipulating human minds. They say we're ultimately made of the experiences we've accumulated in life, but what if we no longer remember some of them? Does that make us incomplete? And of course, I would not mess with this memory deletion garbage. Of course, they want to destroy the human mind any way they can. And Tormented Soul 8991, thank you for tuning in. Ghost Who Walks says, I still do not believe I suffer all these mental health issues. No, just them labeling me and wanting to give me their poisonous pills. Exactly, bro. They just want to make billions and billions of dollars giving people poison that doesn't help them at all, just keeps them coming back. And you're exactly right, Ghost Who Walks, a lot of plastic gangsters out there. And Entrepreneurs Lifestyle, thank you for tuning in as well. And this is absolute madness, but of course, it makes sense because they want all of you to know that you are a slave. They want all of us to know that we are prisoners in their prison system. From activistpost.com, mainstream media now advocating all citizens spend time in prison as service to country. July 4, 2017 by Claire Burnish. Corporate media achieved a new level of absurdity last week when Jesse Ball, writing for the Los Angeles Times, suggested every American be required to spend a stint behind bars every 10 years as a veritable guarantee to improve conditions of incarceration in the United States. In a piece titled, Everyone Should Go to Jail Once Every 10 Years, Ball writes, a notable demand that is made upon the citizens of the United States of America is that of jury duty. Although many despise, hate, and avoid it, there is a general sense that the task is necessary. We believe a society is only just if everyone shares in the apportionment of guilt. To this demand of jury duty, I would like to add another, and in the same spirit. I propose that all citizens of the United States of America should serve a brief sentence of incarceration in our maximum security penitentiaries. This service, which would occur for each person once in a decade, would help ensure that the quality of life within our prisons is sufficient for the keeping of human beings. This is the most backwards, insane, retarded logic I have heard in a long time, and I pore over this filth from the New World Order every single day. Warrior of God says, this is insane. Entrepreneurs Lifestyle says, you're welcome, bro. Freedom. Let freedom ring, my brother. And yes, Warrior of God, that is nuts. Without foreknowledge on length of stay and other details, citizens would languish behind the same bars as convicted criminals under Ball's proposal, albeit in a section separated from offenders, assumedly not to confuse jailers and inmates or endanger anyone serving incarceration duty. But Ball misses the point, feeding the elephant in the room of over-criminalization of daily life, excessive laws, and, worst by far of all, the normalization of incarceration as conditional to the American way of life, lecturing all of us to walk a mile in the shoes of the convicted rather than declaring the brazen failures of the injustice system evidence enough itself for dismantling the whole dysfunctional mess. And Warrior of God says no. And I think Crazy24 is Revolutionary Warrior. I know that's the Pope of Peace. Revolutionary Warrior 103, Pope of Peace. Good to see you, my brother. And let me know if you got the latest tags that I sent you, Pope of Peace. Let me see. Yeah, that was 649 Austin M. Haycraft and 660 Lucas Middleton. Thank you, brother. So Warrior of God says, so tell me, Joseph, how many warriors, used loosely here, followed you here? I'll tell you what, I have in my spreadsheet about 110 warriors. I have their Instagram handles, so we are growing stronger by the second. Ghost Who Walks says, they can get stuffed. I'm not judging anybody. I'm far from perfect myself, so lock me up. I get out and go harder. Clowns, I give him something to lock me up for. I will sow the seeds to save the world. We are doing that right now, my brother. And yes, Pope of Peace, good to see you, bro. Mama Spike said, I did. And Pope of Peace said, yes. Does that mean, yes, you got those two tags, 649 and 660? Let me know, bro. Ghost Who Walks says, I did. And he said, thank you. Warrior of God said, good. So I think that is you saying yes. You did receive those tags, 649 and 650. That is excellent. I'm going to put that in the spreadsheet now. And Warrior of God says, I'm perfect. Yes, you'd better believe it. Too many people take second best, but I won't take anything less. It's got to be, yeah, perfect. And it is perfect right here because we have smiles on our faces. We know we're doing the right thing. We are saving the world, helping those who can't help themselves. That's why it is a joy to fight for our freedom. After all, according to the Prison Policy Institute, the United States now cages some 2.3 million of its roughly 326.5 million total people, the largest per capita incarcerated persons of any nation on the entire planet. And Pope of Peace says he did get them. Thanks. Thank you, bro. And Warrior of God said, me either. An interplanetary traveler would logically conclude it a prison nation, or at least one astonishingly rife with thugs, murderers, thieves, and worse. Even the more law and order authoritarian among us could see the flaws evident in a system claiming freedom while locking away proportionately more than even the dictatorial fascist regimes our troops putatively combat. And Mushroom Mitch, thank you very much for tuning in. Revolutionary Warrior 477 and Warrior of God says, I do not settle nor compromise. Me neither. And Thomas Tree 403. Please remind me of your Revolutionary Warrior number and name, Thomas Tree 403. Thank you for tuning in, brother. While undoubtedly posited from a place of compassion as a plea for ethics in imprisonment, Ball's somewhat tongue-in-cheek proposal unfortunately evinces the frequency with which band-aids are applied as a fix for gaping structural flaws which should otherwise condemn the system to demolishment. And Thomas Tree 403, thank you for tuning in. Mama Spike says 11 viewers tonight. Yes, that's great. And yes, Thomas Tresize, yes. I think I still need to order your tags, Thomas Tresize, and I still need your code name and number. So please let me know. Yeah, I think I remember your code name. I still have it in my spreadsheet for some reason. It's from memory. Truth will set 3. Actually, I'll send you a message, Thomas, to confirm that. Mushroom Mitch says, hi, brother. Can't stay long. I'm about to go bag up some king oyster bags. Nice one, brother. Good to see you. Caitlin said, what is the warrior number and name? Caitlin, I'm not mucking around. I'm not just yelling into a screen here, talking smack on the internet. I am actually building an army of certified revolutionary warriors who are using whatever peaceful methods we have at our disposal to beat the Illuminati, break the New World Order, bring down the world government, and save the world from evil. Currently, we have more than 720 certified revolutionary warriors all over the world. If you'd like to join us, Caitlin, the suggested price for these tags is $20 US, so let me know if you'd like to join us. The Pope of Peace says, all caused by the war on drugs, vets, and then CIA feed the addiction. Yes, it's a sickening, disgusting cycle. You're exactly right. And how many people are locked up for marijuana? It is truly evil. But worst of all, this proposition capriciously normalizes the American incarceration state. Consider how those 2.3 million souls wound up stuffed into the cramped confines of the nation's myriad federal, state, and local facilities. Or worse, judging by a voluminous body of anecdotal accounts, one of the altogether notorious prisons for profit managed by private corporations intent only on thrift in housing its human commodities to save the state some pennies. And Warrior of God, Revolutionary Corporal 99, good to see you. And Ghost Who Walks says the CIA are behind a lot of stuff. You're exactly right, bro. Most of the convicted behind bars have committed non-violent crime. But moralizing on personal vice and legislation enacted sanctimoniously against substances have exploded the nation's prison population to alarming proportions. A court or jury decision of guilt in no way can be characterized on par with laws governing ethics and human rights. For if a candid observation of inmate records were ventured, a sweeping sum could be said to have landed in prison for violating the state's prohibition on the cannabis plant. And not violently so. Caitlin says, I'd like to, but I don't have the plastic, lol. I've got to go maybe some other time. We can talk about it. Too easy. Much love to you, Caitlin. And Ghost Who Walks says, not only them, CIA, we know about it, is all these black op groups they run and others they don't. Exactly. There is a web of these secret societies, these covert agencies that are enslaving our brothers and sisters all over the world, and I just will not stand for it. I will not allow us to be controlled. I will not allow us to be oppressed. I will not allow us to be suppressed. I will not allow us to be enslaved, and I know that you feel the same way, and I agree with you, Warrior of God. Their time is up. Our time is now. Forgetting for a moment the law is the law to describe a society as just, which chooses to not only cement unjust ideas into law, but imprison violators of aberrant legislation, particularly in cases of medicinal use, must be the pinnacle of hypocritical pomposity, if not the telltale heart of a dying empire. And Ghost Who Walks says, I will sow the cannabis seed everywhere. That's the way to go. Mushroom Mitch says, much love, brothers and sisters. Got to make some mushrooms. Much love to you, Mushroom Mitch. Warrior of God says, people are content sleeping, but I am not content sleeping. And yes, you're right, Ghost Who Walks. We cannot be beaten. The Pope of Peace says the government is starting to decriminalise marijuana, at least reduce the penalties, but they still want to control it. They still want to tax it. They still want to regulate it. They have no right to tax, control, or regulate anything. Sure, forcing, on penalty of prison, yet more people behind bars to prove how base the condition behind bars might actually assist the vocal calling to improve conditions behind bars. But if so many have been locked there for reasons only justifiable for the violation interned in the print of legal tomes, the plan is an exercise in pure futility. And Alec Xerox, thank you for joining us. And Pope of Peace says, truth. And Thomas Tree said, sorry, my revolutionary number is... I don't think it's been confirmed yet, my brother, but you know what? We're going to do this right now. 698. Please put your code name in the comment section right here, and I will hook up your tags today, my brother. And Alec says, good evening, Joe from LA. I've been following through Facebook. Much love to you, Alec. I appreciate that. Warrior of God said our best interest will never be their interest. You're exactly right, because we just want to be free. Goes to Walk says they want the pharmaceutical companies to synthesize parts of the cannabis plant. They're already doing this with Bayer and Monsanto moving ahead with synthetic GMO weed. And that's not what we want. We want the good stuff. We want the sticky, icky. All right, and that's it. Truth will set you free. Awesome. Congratulations, Thomas. You are now Revolutionary Warrior 698. Truth will set you free. Brother, I will get those tags sent off to you today. Thank you for your patience once again. And the Pope of Peace says, yep. Unless it simply normalizes prison life as a veritable inevitability, might as well prepare for the eventuality some offensive chunk of life will be wasted rotting between the torrid walls of a prison cell. The irony, palpable. No, we do not need to send the relatively innocent to prison to endure tortuously foul food and varying degrees of inhospitability to prove locking people in cages does nothing to curb crime. Indeed, the opposite is arguably true. It's the system broken, not people's compassion. And the Pope of Peace says, congratulations, truth will set you free. Juries convict based on flawed evidence omitted by technicality, and an embarrassing list of other inexcusable conditions accumulated on the books over centuries, and more laws and regulations find their way to the ledger every day. They're creating additional ways to make you a criminal, so in that sense, Ball might be onto something. Get ready for prison, dear young people. By the time you're an adult, there won't be a thing you can do without somehow breaking the law, the writer unintentionally asserts between the lines. I wonder, Ball continues, once all you citizens of the United States are passing in and out of prison on a regular basis, will the conditions there not seem singularly urgent? Just picture congressmen, priests, stock traders, truck drivers, people of every faith, colour, description, all for once sharing in something. How evil is this? What an idiot. Sharing in the memory of peering out from inside prison walls isn't conducive to solving the issue of mass incarceration. Scrapping unjust, unethical, amoral, and otherwise ludicrous laws governing every conceivable aspect of daily life, however, is. And Goes to Walks says Australia is still a hard place to gain access to medical cannabis. Here, still too much red tape and hoop jumping. Exactly right, bro. Everyone has the right to grow their own. They have that innate right. We all have that innate right to grow, drink, smoke, eat, do whatever we want without hurting someone else. They have no right to impose violence against us for being peaceful. Entrepreneurs Lifestyles says, they say cannabis is a drug. Last time I checked, drugs are created in the lab. Cannabis, sativa, and indica are nature's gift to mankind. So how is that a drug? You are 100% correct, my brother, because they cure so many illnesses. They help in so many ways, and they can replace so many industries. That's another one of the reasons why they keep it illegal. Truth Will Set You 3 says thanks, Pope of Peace. Mama Spike says congrats, Truth Will Set You 3. And Future Builder says congrats, Truth Will Set You 3. Revolutionary Sergeant number 5, Tabasco Tammy, thank you for tuning in. And Zion Marley, Revolutionary Warrior 479, thank you for joining us as well. Continuing. Two top Vatican officials charged for sex crimes. And this is why I do this every single day, because all over the world there is a pack of putrid, pestiferous, puerile, pusillanimous, pro-Crustian, pot-bellied, pencil-necked pedophiles doing unspeakable things to innocent children, and I will not allow them to continue. I'm here to bring them down. Warrior of God says Tammy. And Pope of Peace says bring down the government. The Save the World Army. Actually, we have brand new websites here, and we have 12 simultaneous viewers. That's fantastic. And Sergeant Zena, Revolutionary Sergeant 8888, tuning in from the Central Coast. Much love to you. And Ghost Who Walks says, hey Tammy. And in the comments section, I'm going to put all of our social media networks. So I created a store to get Save the World Army t-shirts, hoodies, singlets, a whole bunch of stuff. That's at thesavetheworldarmy.threadless.com. I also created a brand new revolutionary social media network at thesavetheworld.army. I've been banned from Facebook, so please hop on to www.thesavetheworld.army to sign up there. Also, these videos all go to YouTube after they're finished on Instagram at youtube.com/c/thesavetheworldarmy. We're also on Twitter at twitter.com/saveworldarmy. Much love to all. And Zena says hello to all. Tabasco says, hey Joe, hey everyone. Woo! So many revolutionary warriors in the building today. I love it. And yes, Ghost Who Walks says Coastie Squad is in the house. And he says, Zena, hi, hello, afternoon. Warrior of God says nice. And Ghost Who Walks says, Tammy, good afternoon. Here we go. 2 top Vatican officials charged for sex crimes by Aaron Kessel. July 6, 2017. The Vatican is being rocked by scandals. 2 high-ranking members of the congregation have been arrested for lewd crimes, including one alleged to have sexually assaulted children. The Pope's chief financial advisor, Cardinal George Pell, and another unknown top priest have been arrested. Pell stands accused of possession of child pornography, and the unknown priest is accused of hosting a drug-fueled sex orgy party. Pope of Peace says, Tammy, you didn't tell me Joe was here. Peace. I'm so glad to have you here now, bro. And Ghost Who Walks says, and Facebook also, brother. Thank you for spreading the word on Facebook. Last month, Pell, one of Australia's most senior Catholics, was charged with multiple counts of historical sexual assault offences, according to police, The Independent reported. And Ghost Who Walks says, I posted Tammy in Facebook pages and groups. Thank you very much. And Mama Spike says, did you read about the Vatican orgy? Maybe the same story. It may be. I'm sure they're doing it all the time. Pell will appear in an Australian court to face multiple charges of historical sexual assault offences. Victoria State Police Deputy Commissioner Shane Patton said, Pell is the highest-ranking official to ever be charged in the church's long-running sexual abuse scandals. Yep, same story, Mama Spike. He has also previously faced allegations that he mishandled cases of clergy abuse when he was Archbishop of Melbourne and later Sydney. Now he is under the microscope for his own alleged abuse. The allegations may stem from 2 men, now in their 40s, who allege Pell inappropriately touched them at a pool party in the late 1970s, the Telegraph reported. It's been very difficult for them to stick their neck out, Ingrid Irwin told Melbourne's Herald Sun. To come out against someone who is second to God in some people's minds has caused all sorts of problems for them. And Entrepreneur's Lifestyle said, that's right, bro. A patient cured is a customer lost. They are all in this to make people enslaved and to make money off people just to stay in control. you are 100% correct, but we see through their lies, we see through their deception, and we are waking our brothers and sisters all over the world up. There is a movement worldwide. I'll tell you what, we are like a snowball going down Mount Everest. Our momentum can't be stopped. The power of peace will prevail, the power of truth will triumph, and the power of love will lead us to victory. The Pope of Peace says kids go missing every day, but the news doesn't cover it. Of course, because they are being funneled into these sick, satanic, pedophile networks that are all the way through the government. And Ghost Who Walks says Chase is a perfect example here in Australia. Yes, and can you tell me the news about that Ghost Who Walks? Did the family know where he is? It's really insane. It's been months now that the government has stolen this child away. So evil, and this is happening all over the world. Pell strenuously denied all allegations and is looking forward to his day in court and will defend the charges vigorously, according to a press statement by the Catholic Archdiocese of Sydney. Yes, you are right, Ghost Who Walks. He was stolen by the government and he is still being imprisoned by the government. In fact, tortured by the government because he's not being allowed to have his natural medicine, which is the cannabis, which is the only thing that helps his condition. And JR Filthy, Revolutionary Warrior 316, thank you for tuning in. He says they push them around in shelters too. You're exactly right. And Alec says, I'm glad a lot of bad people are getting caught up. Yes, they all need to come down. Alyssa said, it's been too long. Poor Chase and his family. Yes. Does anyone know what's happening with that? Because once again, I'm banned from Facebook. Yes, Alec, this is the year of the awakening. I'm innocent of these charges. They are false. Pell said at a press conference, the whole idea of sexual abuse is abhorrent to me. These matters have been under investigation now for 2 years, Pell said. Warrior of God said the evil will always back one another. You're right, that's why us lovers of peace and freedom must work together. And Ghost Who Walks says, only seen him twice under strict supervision, so supervised visitation. Well, at least they know he's still alive. We've got to thank heavens for small favours. It's so evil what's going on. That's why we must continue to fight forward. Ghost Who Walks says 2 court cases in 2 states, brother. There have been leaks to the media. There's been relentless character assassination, and for more than a month, claims that a decision on whether to lay charges was imminent. I'm looking forward to finally to having my day in court, he said. All along, I have been completely consistent and clear in my total rejection of these allegations. Pell added, news of these charges strengthens my resolve, and court proceedings now offer me an opportunity to clear my name and then return here back to Rome to work. Ghost Who Walks says they still have him. For how long, brother? I'm concerned. Yeah, me too, bro. How is Chase doing? Do you know, man? Pell, the 3rd highest ranking cardinal, is required to appear at the Melbourne Magistrates Court on 18th of July 2017 for a court hearing. Vatican police also raided a drug-fueled gay sex party at a top priest's apartment last month, according to Italian daily Il Fatto Quotidiano. The apartment was raided after neighbours complained of unusual behaviour after frequent nighttime visitors. Ghost Who Walks says they're trying hard to destroy his beautiful family unit. We have to stand by them, and we have to all stand together. That's why I launched the Save the World Army, so we can stand by each other and support each other in the face of this incredible evil, in the face of this incredible tyranny. We will defeat them, my brothers and sisters. Will we succeed? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. 100% guaranteed. Guaranteed. And Ghost Who Walks says, but I know Paul and Andrew did a live feed yesterday. Cool. The Italian newspaper quoted police as stating that they found drugs and a group of men engaged in sexual activity when they entered the apartment. The priest serves as secretary to Cardinal Francesco Coco Palmiero, Pope Francis' own personal advisor. Ironically, the apartment belongs to Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, the department which is tasked with ridding sexual abuse within the church. In 2014, Pope Francis vowed to eradicate despicable sex abuse within the church. Last May, Francis acknowledged over 2,000 cases of child sex abuse allegations on backlog with the church. Goes to Walk says that live feed was last night. Zena says Cindy and Mark are not allowed to talk about Chase. So incredibly evil. That's why we must stand strong together so we can comfort each other and strengthen each other so that we can defeat this evil system. Goes to Walk says we will stay strong to the end. You had better believe it. And he says, yes, Zena's correct about the gag order. And Zena says, but logically, I don't think Chase is doing well. I can't imagine that he is without access to his medicine. And this is what they want to do to all of us. The last article I'll read. Michael Jackson's handwritten notes. Definitive proof he was murdered. Tabasco says, I am so sick and tired of this evil. Expose, expose. Yes, have no fellowship with those who do evil, but rather expose them. And that's what I'm here doing every single day. And Mama Spike says, that's how they do it. Destroy the family, get everyone on government assistance, puts you in their control. That's why I won't take food stamps or welfare. Now government is trying to shove their healthcare on you. I'll tell you what, everyone should take as much government welfare as they can. In Sun Tzu's Art of War, he says, feed on the enemy when you can. One of the enemy's cartloads of provisions is worth 20 cartloads of your own. So I say get as much welfare as you can, but also have other income, have other ways to grow food so that you are independent of them. But seriously, they are poisoning us. They're killing us. We've got to take them for all they're worth as well. Goes to Walk says, nor do I, Xena. He has real concerns. And he says, just watch your time, brother. Yes, a few minutes to go. And JR Filthy says, Sony put a hit on him. You may be right. Letters from the King of Pop discovered, finally proving murder by Jay Greenberg from neonnettle.com, June 30, 2017. Handwritten notes that were penned by Michael Jackson in the final days before he died have been discovered that finally confirm that he was murdered by the system. The King of Pop's writings that have been independently verified and authenticated as 100% genuine were passed from Jackson to the star's close friend, German businessman Michael Jacobshagen. The notes have been made public in the run-up to an upcoming interview with broadcaster Daphne Barak, which is set to lift the lid on the truth behind Jackson's death. Jacobshagen is set to reveal further details about the tearful phone calls that Jacko made to him from Las Vegas in 2009, shortly before his death, in which he stated that he was about to be murdered. The King of Pop wrote just weeks before his death saying, "They are trying to murder me." In other notes, the superstar said he was scared about my life and that the system wants to kill me for my catalogue. They are among a collection of letters passed to German businessman Michael Jacobshagen, 34, who had a 2-decade friendship with Jackson. In an upcoming interview with broadcaster Daphne Barak, he will tell how a tearful Jacko called him from Vegas in 2009. Jacobshagen, who befriended the star aged 11, then flew to the US to see him and was handed the letters. It is unclear who they were initially intended for. In one, written in black ink on plain white paper, Jacko refers to the promoter of his sellout shows at the O2 in London. He said, "AEG makes so much pressure on me, I have a bad feeling. I'm scared about my life. Call Joseph tomorrow." Goes to Walk says, Andrew would like us all to write a letter to Prue Goward. Sure, I'm talking to Andrew as well. I don't really believe in writing letters to these scumbags because they don't care about the letters. You know what I mean? They are stealing the children, using violence. You know what I mean? They don't give two rats about letters. But I'll put my name to whatever you guys write up, man. Goes to Walk says, I send you through what Andrew wrote, brother. Might clear up what's going on with Chase, brother. I'll share a message on Instagram. Thank you very much. Goes to Walks. I appreciate that. Xena said, done my letter, need to print it out, and off it goes. Goes to Walk said, that's spooky. And Pope of Peace says they got John. The letter refers to concert promoters AEG, which was organising his performances in London, while Joseph is believed to be his dad, Joe Jackson. A third note expressed fear that he was being killed for his music catalogue. Jackson died aged 50 on June 25, 2009. The official cause of death was an overdose of the sedative Propofol. His doctor, Conrad Murray, served half of a 4-year jail term for involuntary manslaughter. But several members of Jackson's family, including daughter Paris, have claimed he was murdered. And it goes on and on. Of course, all of us who speak the truth, they want to kill us as well. They want to demonize us. They want to take us out. But we have to have the courage of our convictions, because we are fighting for the innocent who can't fight for themselves. We're fighting for the children who are being brutalized by the state. We are fighting for people all over the world to be free. And I'll tell you what, we are fighting and we will be victorious, my brothers and sisters. Yeah, and Pope of Peace meant to say they got the job done, MJ's dead. And Ghost Who Walks says, I know she won't do, knowing she won't even read them. Yeah, exactly, bro. Regardless, we will still keep fighting. Regardless, we will keep winning. My brothers and sisters, thank you so much. I'll put once again in the comment section the links to all our social media networks. Oh, I can pin a comment. I didn't know that. I'll pin this comment now. So can I pin this? Have I got to double tap it or something? How do you pin this comment? Yeah, pin comment. Oh yeah. So, please hit up the store to get your Save the World Army hoodie, singlet, t-shirt at thesavetheworldarmy.threadless.com. Join the brand new social media network I created at www.thesavetheworld.army. This video will be on Instagram for the next 24 hours and also on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe at youtube.com/c/thesavetheworldarmy. Also, please follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/saveworldarmy. Much love to all of you. Keep fighting, my brothers and sisters. My name is Revolutionary Warrior #1, General of the Save the World Army, Smokin' Joe McHale, and together we are beating the Illuminati, breaking the New World Order, bringing down the world government, and saving the world from evil. Much love to all of you. Pope of Peace says, save the children, save the future. Exactly. Warrior of God, much love to you. Much love to all of you, revolutionary warriors. We will defeat this evil system. The revolution is here, and we will be victorious. Woo! Yeah!